Well, it feels as though we've had to run a marathon to get this film released in Australia because it has taken so goddamn long to get here. But,
So worth it.
so worth it.
It's so good. So last year we actually missed out on reviewing Deepwater Horizon, but we did see it.
And we really enjoyed it.
It's really quite good. So the same director, Peter Berg, is back to direct Patriots Day, which is a film about basically the Boston Marathon bombings in 2013, plus the manhunt that followed over the course of the 5 days or whatever it was. And it stars Mark Wahlberg, John Goodman, Kevin Bacon, Michelle Monaghan, Monaghan. I can never say her name right. Monaghan.
Michelle Monaghan.
Monaghan.
Well, I don't know.
Today on Larry King Now, Michelle Monaghan.
Alex Wolff, Melissa Benoist, is that how you pronounce it?
Oh,
Supergirl?
Here we go. We got another one. Better one.
Supergirl. No, what the fuck is that? Anyway, it has an all-star cast, and this is, again, another movie that is really good. We've just been started watching The Leftovers in the last month, basically.
Yeah.
We started watching the show. The first 2 episodes are directed by Peter Berg, who's, again, the director of this. He's the executive producer on the show, and we have to say, between that, Deepwater Horizon, and now this guy is such a good director, it's insane.
He really knows how to just capture humans, I suppose. And it's actually
Yeah.
something that he said recently as well, like after finishing directing Patriots Day, because this guy did actually direct Battleship. That's kind of been sunk and forgotten.
Yeah,
but he's gone out and said publicly that he doesn't want to direct any other films other than true stories. So that's
I
fair
really
enough,
respect
because
that.
he is nailing these at the moment.
And it's amazing because the thing is that quite often on our channel we comment about cinematography and kind of how that relates to the style and kind of the editing and how basically all those elements come together to make a kind of distinct vision, and that's what we really love. The thing that we really love about Peter Berg is that all of those things fall away and you're just there watching the movies that he's making. There's nothing really about style. His style is realism and he gets it so right.
And this is one of the first films I've seen in a long time, which is actually kind of strangely paced, but in a very good way. It's actually paced through characters.
Yeah.
And each character in each scene, and we move between
their
them.
own, yeah.
It also creates tension leading up to the bombs, and then after that as well with the post events. We don't know what's going to happen to a few of these characters. Some die, some live. But that's the best thing about this film, is because the way it's paced, it creates constant tension throughout, and you're on the edge of your seat.
And all the characters, I guess, it's a weird thing when all of your characters in a movie are really likable. But it's something that Peter Berg is so good at creating, and he did write the script as well. And all the characters were completely lovable, and I was completely immersed in their story.
And it's elevated by all of the performances.
Yeah.
Every single person delivers here. I mean, especially I'll just point out Mark Wahlberg has a scene here, and I'm not usually a huge fan of him. He's a really great actor, but he nails it in
Yeah.
this film. He really captures the emotion, just the raw human level of seeing dead bodies on the street.
It seems like a real person instead of a character. Everyone feels completely tangible, and it's every single performance. There is not a single person that misses the mark here.
Considering we live down in Australia and we saw these events transpire all in the news, it was really great to be able to see this at a film level, but also at a documentary level as
Yeah,
well,
it's
because he
almost
uses
like
a
a
lot of
documentary.
real footage and stock footage, and it works. He
It
blends
blends
it.
so well. The actual bombing sequence is so frenetically out of control, but in the right way. All the action is completely distinct and easy to follow. It's really clearly directed, but you still get that sense of terror and confusion like the characters are experiencing in that environment. And on that note, I do have to say, this movie has possibly the best shootout I've seen in years. There's a shootout at some point, and it is just so well done. The stakes, the tension, the action is so well directed. Everything works.
The cinematography through the scene,
Yeah.
and then throughout the entire film as well, the sound mixing, sound editing, off the bloody chain. It's crazy good.
As directors, we can't even work out how someone has a vision to make this work. Bouncing between 10 different characters in a scene and then juggling between different scenes in the space of a couple of seconds, this shot here, and I just don't know how it all comes together so well, but it really works. And the soundtrack.
And we have to mention as well, we're massive fans of Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and this is the first time they've partnered with someone else other than David Fincher, because obviously they did the soundtrack for Gone Girl, Social Network,
Dragon
and Girl with the
Tattoo.
Dragon
Yeah.
Tattoo, and these guys are so goddamn talented. And here, their soundtrack is fantastic. It's so subtle and just plays.
But it really works.
Yeah, it really works. It's not too in your face, and it's something you really need. It just accompanies this film so damn well.
And it switches between like emotional control and like tension and action really, really well. So I think overall this is just one of those movies where everything really, really works. And there's nice like injections of comedy here and there.
Yeah.
There's times where you can go from smiling to sitting there like, ah, what is happening? And then kind of this feeling of just floating in limbo, and it really nails it all.
So yeah, this is just a film that anyone can really enjoy, and like
really
we definitely
accessible.
highly recommend it because it is really worth your money, worth the time, worth your viewing, because you'll get so much out of it. And props to Peter Berg, he's really nailed it here.
It's really entertaining and really heartfelt at the same time.
God damn, this film is good, hey. So I mean, that's why I'm gonna rate this film a big fat 9.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's one of those films that is pretty much perfect without the style lending to the precision kind of required to make it that ultimate kind of top score type of thing in film, the way that films like Moonlight or Manchester by the Sea or, you know, Arrival are. So it's just about at that level. Really good.
Check it out.
And while we are riding that Peter Berg train, we will say quickly that our review of Season 1 of The Leftovers, followed by Season 2 and Season 3 once it's out, will be up very, very soon because we need you guys to be watching that show because it is just the best thing on TV right now. But those were our thoughts on Patriots Day. Have you seen it yet?
Did you like it?
Did you hate it?
Did you like this video?
Of course you did.
Crave more banner?
Of course you do.
Oh, no. You can subscribe to our channel down below, and you can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Breaking Banner.
Oh my god, what just happened?